maybe people will have more time in advance next week to know about it, and maybe people didn't know. But we'll start by setting our motivation. So we can realize that we're on the topic of bodhicitta, the wish to achieve the state of enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. So if we have some understanding of that topic already, we can assert a bodhicitta motivation. In a more general way, we can think of the kindness that sentient beings have shown us in this and previous lives. And just develop the wish, the aspiration to repay that kindness. And think that the best way of repaying that kindness is by developing my own potential, my own good qualities, gradually reducing and even eliminating the tendencies and the habits in my mind that give rise to my suffering and motivate me to cause suffering for others, disturbing attitudes of hatred, jealousy, covetousness, ill will. Just think of our practice and our time together as the vehicle of developing our potential to benefit sentient beings. And with that motivation, we'll start to quiet the mind. By pulling our attention away from the outside world, not needing to follow sights or sounds, smells or sensations, containing our awareness to the body and mind. Using the physical sensation of the air as it passes into and back out of the tip of the nostrils, concentrating our awareness on just that one present moment, physical sensation, letting go again and again of anything that arises in the mind that's other than that sensation, without judgment or frustration, gently lifting our awareness from that distraction and placing it back in the present moment physical sensation. And then before contemplating how all sentient beings have been our mother and the kindness of the mother, briefly recollect Venerable Khadro's meditation on equanimity, reminding ourselves that those that are kind to us in this life, as well as those who we perceive as being difficult or unkind, as well as those who have not yet had a chance to benefit or harm us in any way. These three types of sentient beings are all the same in wanting happiness, wanting to be free of suffering. We and they are identical in that way. So there's no valid reason to be biased in favor of some sentient beings. Thinking that we will only work for the benefit of some and not others. Seeing things through that limited, unrealistic, egoistic perception. So try to generate that broad, equanimous mind. A mind that rejects partiality and bias. Then we can turn to the next topic of seeing all sentient beings as having been our mother countless times in previous lives. So we can recognize that the present moment of this mind depends upon the previous moment of this mind. The thoughts, the perceptions, the values that we hold in the mind today were cultivated in the mind over a long period of time. Each moment giving rise to the next moment. some tendencies and habits being reinforced, others reduced. But all of that occurring in this endless and beginningless river of mental events. So try to track the continuity of your mind back. Seeing the relationships, the links over time, and recognizing that those events occurred within this unbroken stream of mental activity. Although we may lose the thread of memory, we know that our mind existed as a toddler, as an infant, and even in the womb, this unbroken lineage of mental events, a stream of perception and cognition must have been present. Even in the womb. And so in the womb, those mental events still required a preceding moment, which implies a previous incarnation, mind and body are of separate continuums. The Buddha very clearly said that no first moment of mind is discoverable even by a Buddha. And so the number of rebirths that we have had is infinite. And in very many of those incarnations, a mother was required to provide the conditions for that rebirth. Rebbe Rinpoche says that although sentient beings are also countless, the number of sentient beings that exists is fewer than the number of mothers you have had. He says you've taken rebirth countless times in all of the different types of bodies, and the number of sentient beings you need to have been your mother is greater than the number of sentient beings in existence. So we can think that our own mother has been a mother to us numberless times in previous lives, but also our father in this life has been our mother countless times in previous lives. All of our friends, all of our relatives, every stranger on the street. So try to contemplate using these lines of analysis until you can get some sense that every sentient being, even every animal, every insect, the mind inhabiting that body at some point, numberless times in fact, has been the mind in the body of a sentient being that was your mother. Then we can contemplate the kindness that those mother sentient beings have shown us again and again. You can think that in this life we were helpless when we were born. That our mother protected us, fed us, clothed us, educated us. Provided shelter and warmth. Looked after us when we were sick. But just make these sorts of examples in your own experience. And try to understand that these examples apply to the kinds of actions that all mother sentient beings in countless rebirths have done for us. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And then we'll dedicate. So we recollect that altruistic motivation that we established. We think that by contemplating in this way, we've actualized that motivation, created positive energy, positive karmic seeds. We just try to offer that energy and that practice for the benefit of sentient beings, thinking may it ripen as a cause for me to realize bodhicitta, and may that culminate in developing the state of enlightenment within my mind, so that I have the tools, the ability to repay the kindness of mother sentient beings. May it serve as a cause and condition to pacify any karmic obstacles facing the Guru's long life. From the snowy mountain paradise, you, the source of good and happiness, all-powerful Shinrezi Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Thank you.